Welcome back to my Las Vegas Raiders franchise here on Madden 25, and we are nearing the end of this series. It's going to be within the next few episodes. I just really don't know exactly how we're going to end it, but in today's episode, we will be ending this regular season. In our very first matchup in this episode, we'll be taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, who are led by an 86 overall quarterback in Justin Herbert. At running back is an 86 in Najee Harris. Over at wide receiver is an 85 Ladd McConkey, a 77 Quentin Johnston, and then at tight end, a 73 in Tyler Conklin. Left tackle is a 91, left guard's a 79, center is going to be a 74, right guard is an 82, and right tackle will be an 85. Now jumping over to the defensive side of the ball, we start with a 75 overall at left end, who is a rookie, and Tyron Ford. At right end's a 74. Defensive tackle is also going to be a 74. Outside linebacker is a 76. Middle linebacker is an 81. Right outside linebacker will be an 85 in Khalil Mack. At corner, they have an 80 overall in Tarheeb Still. I probably said his name wrong. Then at free safety is 78 and Gilman, and strong safety is an 89 overall in Derwin James. When we played the Chargers earlier this season, we managed to escape with a win 25-24, but today's game has a bit more at stake. That game was all the way back in week 2. Obviously, we are now in week number 17. And we are currently tied with the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, we have the tiebreaker because we did beat them just a few weeks ago. But our final game of the season will be against Kansas City, and it could come down to that game on who's going to win the division. But we need to take care of business in this game against the Chargers. But we will jump in here into the first quarter with quarterback Michael Elliott facing a 3rd and 5 from the Chargers 45. Out of a shotgun formation, he's going to send a wide receiver Bech in motion. Now look to pass, dropping farther back, rolling to the outside, finally lets it go deep downfield and finds Brock Bowers all the way down to the 20-yard line. And now our rookie quarterback will line up under center. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield, and that's where we go with it up the middle. He's got the first down and more. He fights his way down to about the 6-yard line to set up a 1st and goal. How about a shotgun set now? Elliott will come out with Jeanty in the backfield. We go back to our running back, and this time he's not going to find much space. That sets up a 2nd and goal from still about the 6-yard line. With another shotgun formation, Elliott will look to pass, throwing to the outside. He finds Bowers, who breaks that tackle and is brought down to the 5. So they rule that he got a yard, but now it's a 3rd and goal. Elliott back in shotgun one more time. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield. We'll send Brock Bowers in motion. Now Elliott will take the snap and look to pass. He's going to look to run, and he gets hit on the play. That will bring up a 4th and goal, and we'll just kick a field goal. We would make that field goal in simulation. The Chargers get the ball and have driven down to our 22-yard line, but face a 3rd and 3. Herbert out of shotgun will drop back to pass. Going over the middle, he'll find his man, who will fight for the 1st down, ruled down to the 18. Now that they are inside the red zone, Herbert comes out with a 5-wide set here. He will take the snap and drop back looking to pass. He's going to let this one go to the end zone, and that one gets deflected away. That play was made by Eric Stokes. So now on 2nd and 10, he's under pressure. A quick throw will fall incomplete, and this time it looked like it was Asante Samuel Jr. knocking the ball free, but I could not really see who brought the pressure that time. 3rd and 10. A chance to hold him to a field goal try. Herbert will drop back to pass. He's going to roll to the outside. He's going to be under pressure, and he gets sacked on the play by Max Crosby, and they will also have to settle for a field goal. On the following drive for the Raiders, we are tied up at 3. It's a 2nd and 7 from the 31-yard line of Los Angeles. Elliott will drop back. A quick throw to the outside, caught by Brock Bowers, who cuts upfield and has the 1st down, ruled down to the 21-yard line. Now Elliott going under center will take the snap, and it'll be a play fake to Ashton Jeanty. He's going to throw to Bowers again along the sideline, this time for a gain of 4 to bring up a 2nd and 6. Once again, Elliott going under center. Ashton Jeanty still the running back in the backfield here. We'll take the snap, fake it to him, hand off to Bech, who goes to the outside, and that play does not really work. It's a loss of 2, and we'll set up a 3rd and 8 now for Vegas. Michael Elliott back in his shotgun set. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield from the 19-yard line. He'll drop back to pass, steps up, and he's going to try to take off, but he's going to get met and brought down, and we will once again settle for a field goal. From there, we will jump a little bit later into the 2nd quarter. Our defense would force a punt. We got the ball back, but now inside 2 minutes, we are in Chargers territory, getting a gain of 6 to bring up a 2nd and 4. And obviously, in case you did not notice the score change, our kicker did make the field goal. On 2nd down, we're going to find Jacoby Myers, who goes to the outside, and we met him, brought down to the 2-yard line, bringing up a 1st and goal. We had a goal-to-go situation earlier, ended up with a field goal. Hopefully, this goes better. From the 2, it's a toss play to Ashton Jeanty, who has to break a tackle and then is brought down to the 8-yard line. We will burn our first timeout with 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Elliott now comes out in a shotgun formation. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield will take the snap, fake it to him. He's under pressure, and now Elliott's getting sacked all the way back to the 17. Following that, we would burn our second timeout, but we've gone from the 2-yard line all the way back to the 17 in just 2 plays. Elliott now with a shotgun set. Will drop back and look to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside, overthrow his man, and it's going to fall incomplete. There is a flag down, and it's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer, so we get an automatic first down thanks to Tyron Ford. It sets us up with a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line with 36 seconds to go in the half. Elliott back in shotgun will take the snap under quick pressure, breaks away from that, and now throws to the outside, caught by Ashton Jeanty, who fights his way down to inside the 1-yard line. We would then burn our final timeout with 26 seconds to go in the half. Elliott will take the snap and look to pass. He throws to the outside, caught by Jeanty, who will fight his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Raiders will make it 13-3. We would also then get the ball to start the second half, and I've driven all the way down to the Chargers' 14-yard line. It's a 2nd and 8. Elliott looking to pass. He's going to be under pressure. He's going to take off inside the 10, 5, and will slide to safety at about the 3-yard line. Now a 1st and goal. Elliott back in shotgun again. Jeanty is still the running back. Please give it to him. Never mind. We're going to throw to a wide-open Brock Bowers, who gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders, and just like that, we're up 20-3. But it does not appear the Chargers are going away without a fight. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Herbert lines up under center. Will drop back to pass. Goes over the middle. Caught by Quentin Johnson, who will be leveled for a gain of 7 down to the 12. That brings up a 2nd and 3. He's back in his shotgun set again. He's going to send his man in motion. I believe that's tight end Tyler Conklin. Now he's going to take the snap and look to pass. Herbert's going to step up and run for the first down himself, and a lot more. Justin Herbert into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Will our offense respond to that score? It's now a 3rd and 4 from the 38, trying to keep this drive alive. And Elliott going to throw underneath, but didn't find anybody. I guess he was under pressure. But we will send out Daniel Carlson for a 55-yard field goal try to attempt to make it a 13-point lead. Snap, hold, kick is away, and this kick will be good. And then in simulation on the first play of the drive, Jeremy Chen picks off Justin Herbert. We take over at the 15-yard line. Now he's thrown to the outside, caught by Ashton Jeanty up the sideline for a gain of 8 to bring up a 2nd and 2. Elliott now back in his shotgun formation again. Jeanty out of the backfield, but Elliott will look to pass. A quick throw to the outside, caught by Brock Bowers, who's into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders, and this game is slipping away from the Chargers quickly. And apparently we would go for 2 after that touchdown and not get it, so it's 29-10. We are now in the 4th quarter where we face a 3rd and 13. Elliott over the middle, he'll find his man. That's Brock Bowers down to the 35. And it's not going to be a first down, but it at least gets a little bit closer for a field goal. Daniel Carlson will come out for about a 52-yard try here to try to make the score 32-10. Snap, hold, kick is away, and this one will be good. Now with about 7 minutes to go in the game, we have gotten the ball back and have driven down to the 8-yard line. It's a 1st and goal. Elliott rolling to the outside, throws on the run, finds his man, and that'll be Jacoby Myers at about the half-yard line to bring up a 2nd and goal. And now we'll come out a shotgun set. Just give it to Ashton Jeanty and let him walk into the end zone. Or not. Elliott's going to look to pass, roll to the outside, and get sacked on the play to bring up a 3rd and goal. Now under 6 minutes to play in the game. Elliott back in shotgun. Will take the snap and looks to pass. Rolling to the outside. He's going to take off and walk into the end zone himself. Touchdown, Vegas. This game is very, very clearly over. We're just watching for garbage time touchdowns now. 1st and goal from the 9. It'll be a handoff to Najee Harris up the middle, and he will fight his way all the way down to the 1-yard line to bring up a 2nd and goal. And you know, I'm not only looking for garbage time touchdowns, I'd also love a garbage time turnover here. Herbert rolling to the outside, and he may just take off, and he will for his 2nd rushing touchdown today. But that will take us to the final score of this game of 39-17. We get our 11th win on the season. And now we get to try to find out if our final game of the year is going to decide who wins the division. And what a day for our rookie quarterback. Michael Elliott going 26 of 31 for 321 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Ashton Jeanty only got 52 yards on 18 carries, but Elliott also ran in for a touchdown. And then a receiving Brock Bowers, 14 catches, 150 yards and 2 scores. And Ashton Jeanty also got a touchdown. Jacoby Myers did have a pretty solid day though, 5 catches for 102 yards. And Asante Samuel actually led our team in tackles with a total of 7. In sacks, we only got 1 today, that was Max Crosby, and we only got 1 interception, and that was Jeremy Chen. Justin Herbert just could not get it going today. Final stat line, 16 of 29 for 178 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Najee Harris gets 69 yards on the ground, and then Justin Herbert, 2 rushing touchdowns. And receiving, Tyler Conklin, 7 for 78, was their best receiver. Well, I have some good news, but I also unfortunately have some bad news for us. With our 11-5 record, we have officially secured a spot in the playoffs, but unfortunately, Kansas City did win their game in Week 17, which means this final regular season game will decide who wins the AFC West. I was really hoping to avoid this situation, but obviously we can no longer avoid it. They are led by a 99 overall in Patrick Mahomes. At running back is a 90 overall in Isaiah Pacheco. Wide receiver is a 92 in Rashee Rice, an 87 in Xavier Worthy, and an 82 in Marquise Brown. Tight end is going to be a 95 Travis Kelce. Left tackle is a 75. Left guard's an 80. Center is a 95. Right guard is a 93. And right tackle is an 80. Then over on defense, they have an 88 overall in George Karlaftis at left end. At right end's a 79. Defensive tackle is a 95 in Chris Jones. Outside linebacker is an 87. Middle linebacker is an 85. Right outside linebacker is an 83. At corner, they have a 97 in Trent McDuffie. Free safety is an 80 overall, and strong safety is a 78. Now, obviously, I am grateful that no matter what, we are going to the playoffs. But like I said, I was really hoping to avoid the situation of having to play in Arrowhead for the division, because that's just sounding like a terrifying scenario. But I guess let's go ahead and jump into the final regular season game and see if we can pull out a victory. Our defense may be off to a solid start here. They face a 3rd and 6 and a possible 3-and-out on their first drive of the game. Mahomes will drop back, going downfield. That one will be knocked out of his receiver's hands, and they will have to punt it away. And our offense would respond by driving all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. We're going to send Brock Bowers in motion. Elliott back in his shotgun set. Brock Bowers goes back, and now he's going downfield to find Deontay Robertson, the rookie receiver, for an 8-yard play. Now that's going to set up a 2nd and 2. He's back in his shotgun set again from the 22-yard line. He'll run a play fake. Now throwing to the outside. That is caught by Robertson again for the 1st down. The next couple plays would be a 2-yard run from Ashton Jeanty and then a 2-yard loss from Ashton Jeanty. So now it's a 3rd and 10. From the 17-yard line, he'll send Jack Bech in motion to try to keep this drive alive. Elliott will take the snap. It's going to be a quick pass out to Jeanty on the outside. He's got a block, and the 1st down brought down inside the 5-yard line to set up a 1st and goal. Another shotgun set for Vegas. Jeanty in the backfield. We'll send Brock Bowers out to play receiver apparently. And Elliott will drop back. He's going to throw downfield. That is caught, and Jacoby Myers into the end zone. Touchdown Vegas. But I guess Mahomes was not super thrilled about that, as he finds Xavier Worthy for a 53-yard touchdown in simulation. The Raiders' next drive leads to a 3rd and 8 from our own 32-yard line. Out of a shotgun set, he'll drop back to pass. Going deep over the middle, he'll find his man. That's Jacoby Myers into Kansas City territory, brought down to the 36-yard line. We'll come back in another shotgun set here. He'll drop back and looks to pass. He's going to fire deep over the middle again, and once again, it's Jacoby Myers, this time down to the 19. Elliott back in his shotgun set again. Ashton Jeanty out of the backfield. Elliott will drop back. He's under pressure. Gets rid of it to the outside. Caught by Jeanty, who will get met and brought down, this time for a gain of about 4 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 now for the Raiders. Elliott once again will line up in a shotgun set. He is going to send Brock Bowers in motion here. He takes the snap and looks to pass. A quick throw caught by Bowers, but no gain on the play. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 6 for Vegas. Elliott will take the snap and looks to pass. Going over the middle, and it's Jacoby Myers, but he can't hold on to that one, and we will kick a field goal. On the Chiefs' next drive, they face a 3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Can we hold him to a 4th down here? Mahomes will take the snap under quick pressure, and Max Crosby gets the sack back to the 46-yard line, and that will even take them out of field goal range. Unfortunately, though, following the punt, we take over from about the half-yard line, handoff to Ashton Jeanty up the middle, and he gets us out of most of that danger up to the 5-yard line. So now it's a 2nd and 6. Elliott's going to line up under center. Ashton Jeanty still in the backfield. I would just keep running it with him right now and get further away from this end zone. That's exactly what we will do, and Ashton Jeanty getting the 1st down all the way to the 13-yard line. Just a couple of plays following that run, it's now a 3rd and 2 from the 21-yard line. And we go back to Ashton Jeanty up the middle, and he will not get the 1st down. It's 4th and inches. The Chiefs on a 3rd and 14 from the 35-yard line. Going downfield, gets intercepted by Asante Samuel. That was one hell of a play from our defense there. Now we look to take advantage of it. On a 3rd and 1 from the 41, we give it to Jeanty, who gets deep into Kansas City territory, brought down to the 26-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Elliott back in a shotgun set. We'll have a free play. He runs the play action, throws to the outside. It's just a quick dump off route to Mayer for a gain of a few yards. There will be an offsides penalty, though. Rather than take that play, we just accept the penalty to make it a 1st and 5 from the 21. Now it's a handoff to Ashton, who goes up the middle and will fight his way down to the 18 to bring up a 2nd and 2 as we come out once again in a shotgun set. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Ashton lined up in the backfield, and we go right back to our running back, and he will get the 1st down. That play would also take us down to the 2-minute warning. Now a 1st and 10 from the 15. We have sent Brock Bowers in motion. Elliott will drop back. He finds Bowers wide open over the middle, down to about the 8-yard line to bring up a 2nd and 3. Michael Elliott lining up under center on the next play. From the 8-yard line, he'll drop back. A quick throw will be caught. Michael Mayer breaks that tackle and gets the 1st down to the 5-yard line to bring up a 1st and goal. Under a minute to go here in the first half now. Elliott back in his shotgun set. Jeanty lined up in the backfield. We're letting the clock run down just a bit. Elliott will finally take the snap, roll to the outside, and he can walk into the end zone completely untouched. We will take a 17-7 lead. And we will also get the ball to start the second half. So we're going to watch this whole drive and see if we can take a 3-score lead on Kansas City. It'll be a quick throw to the outside, caught by Bech. That's a gain of 7 to bring up a 2nd and 3. Unfortunately, it does look like our starting left guard, Bryce Westbrook, was injured on that play. Now on 2nd down, we give it to Jeanty, who goes to the other side, and he goes all the way up the sideline to the 45-yard line. Pretty solid idea there. Our left guard goes down. We run it to the right side. Now 1st and 10, and he's going to go downfield. Caught by Bowers. That's a 6-yard play to bring up a 2nd and 4. Now it's going to be a shotgun formation. Ashton Jeanty lined up in the backfield still, as Elliott will now take the snap and looks to pass. Going to the outside. That'll be caught by Bech for the 1st down. No, it's Brock Bowers. I apologize for the missed call on that, but now a 1st and 10 from the Chiefs' 31-yard line. And Elliott looking to pass again. It'll be a screen out to Ashton Jeanty, who gets to the outside, has some blockers, makes one man miss, and is brought down for a 7-yard play. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 3. He's back in his shotgun set again. He'll hand off to Ashton Jeanty, who goes to the outside, and he's going to fight his way forward to set up a 3rd and 1 from the Chiefs' 22-yard line. And it looks like A.J. Dillon is going to check in at running back. Taysom Hill is lined up at fullback. Do we just give it to him here? Yes, we do. Right up the middle, and A.J. Dillon will not get the 1st down. It's a 4th and inches. Do we go for it here? Yes, we will. Ashton Jeanty will check back into the game with a shotgun set. Elliott trying to keep this drive alive. Will take the snap and actually looks to pass. Going to the outside, caught by Bowers, but it will not be enough for a 1st down. We obviously took a risk there, and it did not pay off. But now our defense may be able to force a 3 and out. It's a 3rd and 12. Mahomes dropping back to pass, going deep downfield. And how in the world is Travis Kelce wide open? A couple run plays later from Isaiah Pacheco. It's now a 3rd and 4. At about the 46-yard line, Mahomes will drop back to pass. Can we get him off the field this time? Over the middle. That one will fall incomplete, and they will punt it back to our offense, where we end up facing a 3rd and 5 from the Kansas City 38-yard line. Elliott will drop back to pass. He's going to fire this deep downfield. A wide open Brock Bowers all the way down to the 14-yard line. Apparently, neither defense wants to cover a tight end today. 1st and 10 from the 14. He'll take the snap and hand off to Ashton Jeanty, but he is going to get met in the backfield. That's a loss of 2. That will obviously bring up a 2nd and 12. Out of a shotgun set, Elliott will look to pass. He's going to fire to the outside, caught by Brock Bowers, who will fight his way down to the 6-yard line to set up a 3rd and 1. We come out with 3 tight ends in formation. Ashton Jeanty lined up in the backfield. Elliott from under center will actually look to pass, goes to the end zone, and finds Jacoby Myers, and we have taken a 24-7 lead. On the Chiefs' next drive, we head into the 4th quarter, where it's a 3rd and 14. From the 47-yard line, Mahomes will drop back and look to pass. He dumps it off underneath, caught by Marquise Brown. He's brought down to the 40, but obviously down by 17 points. I would imagine, never mind. I assumed they would go for this. They are just going to send out Harrison Butker for about a 57-yard field goal to try to make it a 14-point game. Kick is away, and this one will be good. We absolutely cannot count Kansas City out of this game just yet. It's now a 3rd and 10 for Vegas on their next drive, trying to avoid the 3 and out from our own 30-yard line. Elliott will drop back and look to pass. He's going to step up and let this one go deep downfield to a wide-open Jacoby Myers. How did he get that far away from the defense? Touchdown, Vegas, and we'll take a 31-10 lead. This is just absolutely insane. How did he get this wide open? It looks like there was some miscommunication on the defense. 2 guys look like they ran into each other, and it allowed Jacoby Myers to walk into the end zone. But I am going to once again say you cannot count out Kansas City. They are driven down to the 11-yard line for a 1st and 10. He finds Travis Kelce, and that will set up a 2nd and 3 at about the 4-yard line here for the Chiefs. Mahomes back in shotgun again. Pacheco's lined up in the backfield. He'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw caught by Kelce, who will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now, the Raiders obviously need to be chewing as much clock as possible. They face a 3rd and 1 from their own 39. Elliott will drop back. A quick throw will be caught by Bowers for the 1st down. Later on in the drive, we'll jump back in. It's a 3rd and 5 from the 40. He goes over the middle, and it's Brock Bowers again, this time down to the 31-yard line. We end up facing another 3rd down just a couple plays later. It's a 3rd and 1 from the 22. Handoff to Ashton, Jeanty, and I don't think he's going to get there. He gets brought down in the backfield to bring up a 4th and 2. But with 3 minutes to go in the game, we can send out Daniel Carlson for about a 40-yard try. That would make it 34-17 with 2.5 minutes to play. Would pretty much put this game away. Snap, hole, kick is away, and it will be good. And officially, the Las Vegas Raiders are the champions of the AFC West. We win the division with a 12-5 record with a rookie quarterback, which is really, really impressive, obviously. And we somehow sweep the Chiefs on the season. One of them was a close game. This one was really never in doubt once we took that 3-score lead. And I know that's a wild statement to say, but even after we took the 3-touchdown lead to make it 24-7, I was not fully confident we were going to be able to finish the game. And then they got a field goal to make it a 2-score game. But then we hit just a 70-yard touchdown pass. And once that connected, it started to set in that we were actually going to win the division here. And this honestly might be the best episode that quarterback Michael Elliott has had so far, because he was amazing in our last game, and today he goes 32 of 36 for 351 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the ground, Ashton ran for 104. Elliott even ran in for a touchdown. Receiving, Brock Bowers 12 for 88, but Jacoby Myers 6 for 144 and 3 touchdowns. Landon Roberts is going to be the one to lead our team in tackles today with a total of 7. We got 2 sacks from Max Crosby, and then 1 from DJ Jones, 1 from Christian Wilkins, and 1 from Zadarius Smith. Interceptions, we got 1 from Asante Samuel and 1 from Nakobe Dean. I don't even remember seeing that one. So honestly, it must have happened like right before halftime or right there at the end of the game whenever I was just simulating. But Patrick Mahomes finishes 23 of 33 for 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Running the ball, they really didn't do a whole lot of that. Pacheco only got 8 carries for 36 yards, and receiving, Travis Kelce 6 for 77, but Worthy was their best one, 6 for 96 and a score. And here are your final records on the regular season. We end up with the number 2 seed. We do tie the record for the 1 seed Baltimore Ravens at 12-5, but somewhere we lost that tiebreaker, and the New York Jets at 9-8 will be our first opponent as they slide in as the number 7 seed. But I do want to see if we can tell where the tiebreaker is here. We did not play the Ravens this season. Just know that one, because I want to see if it's like maybe conference wins and losses, because that's the only thing I can think of. And no, we both went 9-3, so we tied there as well. So I don't know why we lost the 1 seed to Baltimore, but we did. But here is what your entire playoff bracket will look like for this season. Obviously, you kind of already know what the AFC side looks like. This is just so you guys can see the NFC side, where the Green Bay Packers end up with a 1 seed. But in our next episode, we will jump into the wild card round of the playoffs as we take on the 9-8 New York Jets. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next time.